news, which is going to be crypto. A lot of frustration around crypto. If you are a crypto main, that's awesome because I love low pick rate characters and main people who actually main them, and it'd be pretty cool if you did. But if you don't, whatever, you don't care about this story. But if you do, I used to be a crypto main. I think he was actually my first name in season 3 when he just came out. I thought he was cool. I thought drones are cool, and I actually liked the little Forever Family trailer when it first came out. If you don't know about Forever Family or his lore, his backstory, you should watch it. It's actually pretty good, and hopefully they'll extend that someday. So the frustration that people have is the fact that he was reworked. If you don't know, his drone was an automatic, tactical. You could use it, go around, and fairly easy to really use, honestly. That's why I think he was pretty good. He's like another version of a Bloodhound or a Seer, where you can do recon and detect people around. But the rework made it so that you can take the drone and sort of go in and out of it. There are extra steps to get in and out, which is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. When you first see it, you go like, oh man, this is actually a cool idea. You wanted the drone to be more versatile, especially since Seer has an interesting way that he does things, and Bloodhound, of course, has a lot of things too. You would think you would want it with the drone, but I played crypto enough after they did the rework to note that I do agree the way they did it, while it looked cool, just wasn't convenient. It was too many steps. You can get caught unless somebody's watching your back, which a lot of people don't do, honestly. Ever. If you do, you should probably just play with that person only, because that's amazing to have somebody watch your back, especially if you're crypto. But it was too many steps. So using the drone was just not the best thing. And of course his pick rate's going to be low, and I think he is the lowest, and it's not surprising. Even though he's pretty good character. And so I'm just gonna just some excerpts. The certainly one of the Apex hardest to use characters, thanks to the complexity of his deployable tactical drone. Crypto received a notable rework on season 12 that aimed to make him stronger and more accessible. Some have found that actually done the opposite. Now players are calling for Respawn to either revert Crypto's kit back entirely or add more changes to him in order to alleviate the newfound dissatisfaction. And to be honest with you, bringing it back is fine, but to be honest with you, I would say what would be cool is if you're using Xbox or PlayStation, you use the touchpad as a means to mess with that, since a lot of games don't do that. And if you're since not everybody, but a lot of people use other additional paddles, you should give paddles more of a chance to express themselves in a way where it doesn't feel like cheating. It feels like you're giving a character like Crypto more advancement, because that's essentially what he can do. But I doubt it's going to ever go like that, because no game uses the touchpad or anything like that, which would be pretty cool. So yes, the rework, there is a long, what players want on here. I'm not going to read it all. Honestly, like I said, I'm not a Crypto main, though I do respect him as a character since he was my first main. But if you want to go read it, and if you're interested in cryptos or just reworking characters, I know some people are, because when they character, kind of fanboy out of or fangirl out of the whole idea of what characters can do this and can do that and make changes. What if you make new characters that do this and make changes on that? Really sort of fantasize on how they would make changes in the game. So if you're interested, I think this article would be for you. Nerfing and buffing and how they can actually mess things up or make things better. So yeah, it's a long one actually. All right, next one is going to be Mad Maggie. Mad Maggie being my main right now in Battle Royale, by the way, not in arenas. She is a low pick rate as well. Everybody's talked about it recently, especially on Twitter. So they've been saying since season 12 she was up. Everybody liked her coming in. She just made it on the scene, just splashing, but then it just slowly coming down. Season 13 is just not as good, and she's down to 2.5. And it's mainly because of her Warlord ire. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. So there's a specific part I wanted to read here, which I thought was interesting. As shown in the video, I can't show the video, by the way. It's not my video. I didn't get permission or anything. But if you check out the, oh, does it say, by the way? Let me just read this and then we'll get through it. As shown in the video embedded, Mad Maggie's tactical is supposed to deal 160 damage to any target within range over its duration. While that number holds true on the first usage, consecutive casting of the ability to show a significant drop in effectiveness, bringing the total damage down to 128. This may not seem like a big deal at first, but the legend, who is already struggling to keep up with competition, a bug like this can be a significant roadblock, which is actually true. And if you watch me play her, you can see that it's fact. It's actually worse than that, to be honest with you. And I don't think, before I say my comment, Battlefield, let me put this back here. Mad Maggie's inconsistent. Fix, one user pointed out that the tactical retains value by causing players to move, but that's just not enough to make it where that's true. It's not enough. I've always seen the drills a way to get to someone without hiding or influence their movement rather than to do significant damage, but still the damage should ideally be consistent. Another player noted that the drill has a problem getting through some walls, which further nerfs its effectiveness. If there are several layers in the wall you're shooting at, it doesn't always penetrate all the way through, gets stuck somewhere in the middle. There's no telling if Respawn will give Maggie a second pass in Season 13, but it's safe to say she won't be seeing too much action otherwise. Yes, her pick rate is low for this. I don't think it's for this reason, to be honest with you. I think it's exactly what I've said. If you follow me on Twitter, I've said it all the time. It's about popularity. First of all, that's pick rate. But before I get to pick rate again, because honestly, it's just ridiculous. Yes, what is being said here, it's not just a drill and the damage it's doing, whether initial or consecutive, just hitting, and seeing if it works. That is a problem, but to be honest with you, if you do hit it on point, whether it's 160 or 128, you're doing okay. You kind of get it as an initial thing, kind of like Bangalore. You get the smoke in, you're rushing, and then you get your shots in, and then you either try to get away, or your team backs you up and then takes the person or people down that you're trying to fight, which is fine. But the problem is that the wall, whether it's Rampart's wall, you have like 2, 3, 4, or it's Gibby's wall, and that's not true. It doesn't always get through, to be honest with you. I've seen it get through, I've seen it not. And I think the same thing goes for Newcastle's wall as well. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It should go through, and it should be a big enough distraction that it really does put down people's confidence in whatever they're trying to do, whether they're trying to hold up a corner or whether they're trying to get away, anything. It doesn't actually always do that, because someone who's paying attention or is not nervous or anything like that can see that it isn't always consistent and it doesn't do the job it's supposed to do. But again, I'm gonna say, if you can get that first part in, really shock them, really hit it direct hit, you should be able to get it through, even though there is a bug. And going back to pick rate, it doesn't really matter because she's a low pick rate. She's not one of these characters that everybody really cares about, even though I think her story's pretty good. I think even the trailer is pretty good, but no one cares about lore. They only care about the most popular picks, and that's it. It's what everybody else is doing, honestly. Anyways,